I know that at least one person is going to comment something like, "You're just jealous because you couldn't afford to go." And while I was jealous at first, then I saw an aerial picture of the crowd at Harry Styles, which was who I would have obviously went to go and see. And then I was no longer jealous. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Zhariya Smith, and I typically make commentary videos just like this one. So if you happen to like that, you can go ahead and subscribe to me down below. And today's candle is Peach Bellini. We're giving a festival vibe today, as you can see with my attire. I don't have many boho-y, festival-y type of vibes, so I'm giving you dad on vacation in Hawaii. But either way, all that aside, I kind of wanted to talk about Coachella, which is really weird because I actually hadn't thought about Coachella like at all. Like, I remember when they announced the 2022 lineup, and I was like looking at it with my sisters, and I was like, maybe we should go. I've always wanted to go to Coachella since I was about 12 years old. Maybe I have more money now. Let's see if we can go. But then we looked at the prices and we were like, oof. Definitely not worth it to be sweaty in a desert. So I ended up not going this year, and I'm really glad that I didn't, because Coachella has kind of been on like a downward slope since about 2017, 2018, and it's no longer something that seems really desirable to me. And I can sit at home watching the clips and videos on YouTube versus going in the desert and being sweaty around people trying to steal my phone, not being able to leave, or not even being able to get in the first place, and then just so many other stipulations when it comes to Coachella. So I guess let's just get into the downfall of Coachella. So was it just me, or did Coachella seem like really lame this year, right? And if you don't know what Coachella is essentially the Coachella Valley Arts and Musical Festival, which is the official name, and it started in about 1999 and officially started coming out annually in 2001, which was the year I was born. So shout out to 2001. And it didn't originally start with a festival where you were kind of just forced to see James Charles's butt all over the internet. It used to actually be a really fun festival that was really focused on music and less about fashion and influencers. But alas, social media has a tendency to kind of do that, kind of just like ruin things that are supposed to be fun for other people and kind of make it all about them. So that's always fun, funky, and fresh. And all jokes aside, I really wanted to talk about kind of the origins of Coachella, but also kind of like how it was so good at one point where everybody wanted to go, and now it's just like slowly declining, I guess. That's literally what the downfall means. It means it's falling down, perhaps. I don't know. I'm really tired right now. Can you tell? So the festival is held at the Empire Polo Club, which is in Indio, California, which is in the Colorado Desert. I've said that 5 times now, and I think I'm just going to keep on moving on because that's just too many words for me. And the festival, like I said, was kind of focused on music and focused on artists and making sure artists have a good time, and obviously fans as well. But it was more so focused on making sure people could get a lot of good music, kind of like going to any festival like Rolling Loud or Warped Tour or Rockville, just kind of like just festivals. And I love festivals. I used to go to Warped Tour every single year in my teen years, and it was the best time ever, aside from, you know, the little undertones of pedophilia there lurking on the stage, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But the point is that Coachella wasn't always an influencer infested fest, and also Revolve Festival was a thing that was happening this year, and that's a whole other video that I'm not even gonna get into, but it's a lot. Coachella this year was a lot, and I think that when you look at how people have been treated at Coachella in the past couple years, and people just seem to not like Coachella anymore, but they still go for whatever reason, you know? And actually, funnily enough, I went online to go and see the tickets for weekend 2, because weekend 1 just finished on Sunday, and it was $549 for a ticket. It was like tier 4. I don't even know what that means. I didn't look into it, but like, while I will say that if I'm gonna see The Weeknd in a couple months, and like those tickets were like $600, so I'm paying more right now to see The Weeknd. But granted, I'm just going to Miami versus like flying all the way across to California, an expensive hotel room, because all the hotel rooms in that area are really expensive. Or I could always camp, but I'm not the camping type of gal. So again, when you're thinking about people like The Weeknd, Kanye West, well, he didn't go this year, but he was going to, or Billie Eilish, or I don't know, was Blackpink performing this year? Harry Styles, you're paying those $549, and you get to see all of these. Well, sometimes you got to pick because they do perform at the same time, which is the thing that happens at festivals. But when you think about it accumulatively, Coachella is actually a really good price if you're getting a general admission ticket. But who would get a general admission ticket? Because you want to get the VIP, you want an artist wristband, you know? So like, what do I mean when I say Downfall? In about 2017, Phil, I'm not even going to try to say his last name because I'm going to mispronounce it. So Phil, last name, he was exposed for donating money to anti-LGBT organizations, anti-climate change, or not anti-climate change, as in climate change is bad, but like climate change isn't real, and actively was supporting this in 2017, and I believe also in 2018 as well. But this was exposed when Coachella announced their lineup, and people were like, let's look into this guy named Phil, and found out that a lot of your money for Coachella was going into supporting anti-LGBT organizations. And I know some people don't care about where their money goes. Like, for instance, people still eat Chick-fil-A, people still, you know, go to places that are Christian organizations that they know are anti-LGBT, but they still go because they have good food or whatever the case may be. But so to some people, it doesn't really matter that he is against gay people, but apparently he likes Lady Gaga. So who's to say what's going on with little old Phil? But when you think about how social media has, honestly, for me, when I first learned about Coachella was about 2013, 2014, which is also conveniently when I got an Instagram. And I used to go every single April, and I would go and look at all of the Coachella outfits and all the Coachella stuff, and I was so excited, and it was so great to me. And now, I personally didn't even care about looking at the outfits, which I'll get into later in the video, but then when I looked, I was like, eek. Also, when you think about the downfall of Coachella, in 2018, I believe, was when Emma Chamberlain went to Coachella, and Emma Chamberlain is actually a Coachella hater, even though she had a tent or whatever for Chamberlain Coffee at Coachella, which honestly, great marketing there. And about 2018, when she went to Coachella, she actually didn't go all the time. Like, she literally went day one, and I believe half of day two, left early, and then didn't go on day three because she said Coachella sucks, essentially. And while the outfits Emma produced were always great, you know, which isn't even the point of the festival, but I feel like I have to talk about outfits because Coachella is now all about outfits and less about the music, you know. But Emma Chamberlain and other influencers this year and also in 2019 were kind of talking about how Coachella isn't fun at all. And many people getting their phones stolen or their bags stolen. People are always stealing stuff. So that's also a thing for festivals in general. Like, don't have your phone in like loose areas, keep it in your hand, make sure that anything that you want to keep, you don't just have it loose because people will steal it. But not everybody knows that information, you know. And thinking about how, I think it was 2019 when they had that whole issue with the Uber situation where they had they collaborated with Uber, but the system was so horrible, and there were people that were stuck at the festival for hours upon hours and still couldn't even leave because of the situation with the cars. And then on top of it, if you were driving and you were trying to leave, it was also really difficult. And then also there were people who were camping, they were fine, but then there are also people that were getting shuttles were backed up. So it's like, also when you're going to a festival that is so big, there are issues where you're like, I'm gonna have a really hard time getting out of here. I remember when I saw Harry Styles a couple months ago, it took me about maybe 30 minutes to leave the parking garage, and I was getting angry. I was like, I need to leave like right now, you know. So it's like thinking about Coachella and thinking about the hours upon hours people have to wait just to get there and then to leave, and it's just like a lot anxiety inducing, overstimulating type of vibes, you know. But there are so many influencers. Like, I remember Sarah Baska said that she was camping the last year of Coachella because every other time she's gone it's been a nightmare, and she actually enjoyed the camping experience and said that she would be camping this year, I believe, as well, because that's a lot better than dealing with the car situation, which I guess I could understand. But I would rather do so many things than camp at it in a desert. You know, that's just not my forte. I'm not one with nature. I'm an inside type of gal. There was a lot going on with Coachella 2019. And then obviously COVID happened. You know, that little thing that's still going around that people like to pretend isn't happening anymore. Yeah, that one. So Coachella was canceled in 2020 because of this obvious reason. Like, the world shut down in March. Coachella happened in April. Obviously, they were going to shut it down. They rescheduled it for around December timeframe, but then canceled that one as well. Coachella 2021 was also canceled. I don't even think they even made a set list where they said that they weren't having it in 2021. So this is the first year back for Coachella, and you would think it's going to be amazing. They're going to put in so much effort. The headliners are going to be amazing. The people are going to be great. Like, we're going to do so hard to make this the best comeback ever. And honestly, all that I was seeing on my TikTok and on Twitter was people complaining about Coachella and how much they hated it. And while also, I think that there is a big overlap of people complaining about Revolve Festival versus Coachella Festival, which was happening at the same time in the same area. But Revolve was kind of like for influencers and people that wanted to pay $2,000 to go and wear semi-decent clothes for whatever reason. But again, this influencer culture. And I think that influencers in general have kind of ruined Coachella because, for instance, for me, if I was going to Coachella right now, I probably would literally wear this oversized shirt, tank top, shorts, sandals, move on with my day because, well, I'm a Floridian, so this is Florida style. But Coachella made it so adamant that you had to just look so, well, not Coachella, but influencers just made it such a fashion contest, you know? And like, influencers complain about the heat, they complain about traffic situations, they complain about outfits, they just complain about a lot of things. And it's like, you feel bad for them because it's like they're spending so much money, or probably not much money at all because they're getting sent there for free. And they just complain. And there are people that would love to go to Coachella, you know? But I think that influencers still go because of how much content they can get from it. Like, people posting their Coachella vlogs get tens of millions of views, you know, and that's money. And especially if you were wearing clothes, well, obviously, but if you're wearing clothes that were sponsored as well, you throw in an ad there too, get a little brand deal moment. Like, there's so much that goes with going to Coachella. So it's like, you kind of got to be like, am I just going to not go and miss out on so much money that I could be getting from going, or should I just not go at all? And there was one YouTuber, her name was Brooke Michio. She lives in New York. I love her. I'm obsessed with her channel. But she was talking about how she wasn't even upset that she didn't go to Coachella this year because of how much of a train wreck it felt like, you know. And from a person on the outside, seeing all the TikToks, people complaining about Revolve or Coachella, it's like, dang. People were getting denied entry because they came too late because they only wanted to see Harry Styles, which, again, seeing Harry Styles front row, if you were trying to go to see him, it's going to be $600 minimum, whereas to see him here and other artists, it's only $549. So the other tiers were saying $400 and $300 for general admission. So again, it's a good deal in that respect. People were getting denied entry into Coachella because of overcapacity, which, again, why would you sell that many tickets to where they could even be overfilled in the first place? But again, that's neither here nor there. In capitalism, people just love to spend and get as much money as they possibly can. But I cannot talk about a Coachella video without talking about Coachella and fashion. Now, I will say about 2013, 2014, I remember I would always see like the best dressed celebrities at Coachella, and it would be like Vanessa Hudgens and like Kendall Jenner and like Kylie. But that was when Coachella was just about being like looking bohemian, very cute, but that was also the style at the time, you know. And outfits were always great. I remember 2018 outfits, I was like, okay, like pop off. Some people were looking really good, but also understanding that they literally are at a festival and are going to be sweating for hours upon hours, you know. And obviously, like I mentioned, James Charles really ruined me looking at outfits because I was like, I did not want to see that. That's another thing. A lot of influencers pay for stylists. They do so many things. Like, I remember Nikita Dragon did like outfit changes, wig changes in the middle of the festival just to post pictures. And again, I get it. All press is good press and whatever, but like, some of the outfits were honestly horrible. And then I wasn't really curious about any of the outfits this year. Again, I saw Vanessa Hudgens, but she always kills it, you know. But then I started going through the list of people's outfits, and oh my god, I feel like I could have dressed better. And the funny thing is these people will hire stylists and spend $3,000 for 3 outfits and also styling fees on top of that, and then come and look disgusting. There's this one TikToker who does fashion videos on YouTube, and I loved his outfit, specifically he had like a purple shirt. It was like I'll put up a picture, but it was like a really groovy, like 70s type of vibe, which is perfect. perfect for Coachella, nothing too crazy, right? But then I love Chloe Cherry as much as the next girl, but look at Chloe's outfit and tell me what you think. Be honest. Not mean, but just be honest. You know, a lot of the outfits this year were just kind of like, just sucked, you know. And James Charles, I didn't even want to talk about James Charles, but his outfits were trash. They're always trash, but this year was honestly not good. And I don't understand why we put so much value on what people are wearing, because it's a festival. It's not like the Met. It's not a red carpet. It is simply just a music festival. But for some influencers, that is the closest that they will ever get to a red carpet, for a good reason, you know, most of the time. So it's like they have an opportunity to dress up. They get, you know, so much more engagement videos, especially when it's like, you ready with me for Coachella? Shop with me for Coachella. It's like a whole event. But I think this is what we need to do. We need to stop caring about what people wear to festivals. Obviously, make sure they're not like, you know, bad, like in terms of like, you know, not indecent exposure. But I think that when I was going to Warped Tour when I was a teen, my focus wasn't, what am I going to wear? It was, I'm excited to see Andy Biersack, you know. I didn't care about what I was wearing, and I was obsessed with fashion when I was in school. So it's kind of like, we need to just honestly stop caring about what influencers are wearing. And I know I just talked about how bad their outfits were, but like, we need to just stop caring. We need to just, if you are going, go for the music. Don't go for, you know, overpriced coffee and alcohol and to get a glimpse of Justin Bieber's hat, you know, or, you know, just go and enjoy the festival. Take outfit pictures maybe, but don't focus your time, like everyone's time is so precious, and you shouldn't focus your energy on making sure you get a great picture unless you're one of those people that has like a sponsorship where you literally have to post stuff. That's another thing. But I think that we as a people need to stop caring so much about Coachella, because it's not a good festival in terms of most things that I just mentioned. It's in the desert, you know, and there's sand. The desert gets freezing cold at night. Like, it's like a lot that goes on there. And I think that in terms of weighing things, I feel like Coachella is kind of lame now. And I know that next year I'm probably going to try to go, even though I'm allergic to the sun, and I'm going to complain about it like people do. But in general, Coachella kind of sucks, you know. But either way, I have been talking for a very, very long time, which is typical for me. I talked for 45 minutes just now, so, you know, that's lovely and great for me. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, because it helps little channels like mine. Make sure to also subscribe to me down below as well, and make sure to comment on your opinions on Coachella this year, Coachella in general. Do you think that it's a festival you would go to if you could afford it, or can you afford it but you're like, I'm not going because it's stupid? Yeah, and also, by the way, I'm gonna put it in my description, but I have a Google form now because I'm fancy, where you guys can comment and give me video ideas or things you want me to talk about, because I'm a people pleaser at heart. So if there's something you want me to discuss, I will try my best to research it and look into it and see what I can make from it, you know. And yeah, so I guess that's literally it. So make sure to stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.